Okay, guys, so we are going to start. Today we are talking about how to cope with information. And when you learn how to cope with information, you get organized differently. And what I mean by this is that once you know what information you need and and everything that you are trying to cope with, everything that you're working on. And well, before I even begin and continue with this, I want to introduce myself. um, I am Eva Osorio. uh, I am a green building consultant. I currently serve 7 sustainable projects which are in lead certification process. All of these projects are in Mexico. I've been doing this process for past 5 years, and I have certified from these 5 years on 5 projects, and I've been working in core and shell projects and commercial interiors, residential towers, and I have been involved in other 4 projects that uh, have been just doing sustainable practices in their construction process. And well, actually, guys, a few months ago, I was really thinking about all of this. I was really thinking about all of the information I have learned, everything that I have coped with during these 5 years, and I decided that it was time to share all my knowledge, everything that I have learned in these 5 years with all these projects and all the bidding process and absolutely everything, all the information that um, I've been um, I've been coping with, all the information that I've learned, and here I am sharing with you guys what I've been learning, and this is just like uh, just a part of it. It's green building is a whole bunch of information, but we start from giving you a little bit of information right now, and we can just go on and give you more information further. So this is my purpose, to be here with you guys and share with you guys all the information that I have prepared for you for these 3 days of the Green Leader Retreat. And I hope that all this information is useful for you guys, and of um, it's of interest for you guys as well. So we are going to continue. Today we are learning how to cope with information. And as I was saying, when you cope with information, you get well organized. And what do I mean by well organized, or you get organized differently, is that you see everything in another perspective, and you, even though there's a lot of information for green building and there's a lot of information for lead process, you learn how to find that information when you need it, and not actually, you know, have that information in your head because it's too much information. As everything with practice, you start, remembering certain stuff and remembering um, like specific stuff that you need to go ahead and deliver information and go ahead and do your process right. So you get organized differently. And the other thing is, you will have time to structure your own process. And as I said before, once you're organized, then when you have everything organized, then you get time to do other stuff. Isn't that right? Put a yes if you agree with that. And when you get time to structure your process, then you get time to go with your process step by step, if you know what I mean. And being organized and structured I mean, with that, I mean, you can do any type of project. Isn't that true? Don't you don't you think that once you get prepared and you um, cope with all of this that you have, and any type of project, not only green building but anything at all, that you have everything organized and structured, then you can just go ahead and lead and do whatever you are planning to do and all the process that you need to do. Isn't that right? Just give me a yes if that's right, if you're there, if you've been there. The other thing is that you will understand you don't need to know everything by heart. And that is true. Even if we are experts in a subject, we don't know every single little thing by heart because there's too much information. So why would you go on and stress about it? Just don't stress about it and go with the flow. It's all part of it. It's all part of a process. We are in a process and all of the process learning. So you don't need to know everything by heart. And you can be sure of answering, let me check that and I'll get back to you. When you understand that you don't need to know everything, every single thing by heart, you are sure to answer that. When you're not sure about what to answer on a specific question. So being sure that you don't need to know everything makes you confident and makes you sure about yourself that you can, go back to your book, go back to your guide, go back to your manual or whatever standard or reference, and just check that information to, you know, give out the most outstanding and the most on point information that you can. So it's part of a process, and you don't have to stress about it. It's everything's just a process. So these are some of the things that most consultants and leaders go wrong with. And one of these things is that they think they you think you need to know the whole reference guide or manual by heart. And this is just what we've been talking about. You don't need to know everything by heart. You might know some parts, you might not, you might know, I don't know, 50% of it or less, but you don't need to know everything by heart. Someone here has been in that situation. Drop me a yes in the chat room. Someone here has experienced something about that. Just don't stress about it. We are all in a process. The other thing that you go wrong is you try to answer everybody's questions on sustainability or on any subject that you work on. Isn't that right? If you stress about trying to answer everyone's questions, then you're not flowing, then you're not going with the flow. So why stress? There's no sense to it. Do you agree? Drop me a I agree on that. Or drop me a I stress about it. So the other thing that leaders do is feel that they're they're not up to date or they're not at the level of their competitors. Isn't that right? And they're always stressing about being best and being uh, on the level of their competitors, of their competition. And we're all unique. We do our work in a unique way. So once again, don't stress about it. Competitors, being in a competition, and competitors are good, if you see it in a holistic way, where you can getting ideas from them, and do your things a little bit better or do your things a little bit different, but they're always going to consist in your unique way. So since we are all unique and we all work in different ways, then why stress to be at the same level if we have our own way to do everything, do the stuff, do the work, and do our process, right? So getting clear on coping with information, you don't need to know everything by heart, okay? You don't need to know everything by heart. Not everyone or every consultant knows the answers for every question. Stop worrying about how much knowledge you need. And that's that. How many of you agree on this? How many of you have noticed that sometimes you're just too hard on yourself? Sometimes you are just, you know, trying your best and doing everything, and you just feel that it's not going your way. When you go with the flow, when you just let yourself, things just, they go as they should be. They go as they should flow. And this is one of the things that I really understood in this path, in this process, that I wouldn't have all the answers for everyone's questions because there's so many information out there. It's so much information. And I did understand that I didn't need to know everything by heart. Even if I do know a lot and I've learned so much during these 5 years, it's been a process. It's been 5 years. It's not been a month. It's not been a year. It's 5 years. So everybody has their own process. Everybody has their own way of learning, and don't stress about it. Just, you know, be yourself, be unique, do the things your way, do the things on your time, and that would get you to where you want to be and where you are dreaming and where you want, you know, to get your career and get your scaling skills where they want to, where you want them to be. So it's a matter of time. It's a matter of just accepting that we are not going to know everything, but we have the tools to go back and check all the information that we need, and to go back and check um, information that would answer other people's questions or even our own questions. Isn't that right? So why stress? Do you agree with that? Put a yes in the chat room. I am so thank you. I'm so thankful for you guys. I am so thankful for being here with you guys and sharing this information with you guys. And I am hoping to see you guys tomorrow at the same time at 10 a.m. And I just hope this information is useful for you guys. Any questions that you guys have, just put them in the chat room. Anything that you might need to, go a little bit further, we're going to be answering questions in this group. So go ahead and you can go ahead and post anything that you have questions on, or just, send your messages or whatever you need to check on. And this group is made just, to have all of you together answering questions and clearing information, and shifting your mindsets, because sometimes we have mindsets that are limited, that limit ourselves, and saying maybe sustainability or being a green consultant is a whole different deal, is so much information, and oh my God, I can't do this. I can't do it. I can't deal with this. Everybody can. It's just mind shifting and, putting that chip in your head and saying, I can do this. If so and so could do it, then I can do it too. So thank you again. Thank you for being here, and I will see you tomorrow. See you guys. Bye.